Hey guys, back at you with another video, this time on the Dodge Charger. So Dodge is on track to be the sales leader of the large car segment in 2018 for the 5th year in a row, and the Charger definitely is a big seller for them. So today we're going to go over the full 2019 Dodge Charger lineup and see what they're offering, see what's changed, and what new features and models there are. So basically I want to look at what's different from last year based on what they've announced so far. I'm going to start with the Hellcat, the car I think most people are interested in, and then we're going to go from the SXT and up after that. And if you do want to skip ahead to a certain model, as always the times will be in the description. Also, make sure to check out my recent video on the 2019 Challenger Hellcat, link in the top right corner. So Dodge has stated that their goal is to focus on the Charger as more of a muscle car, rather than a family car. They have the Chrysler 300 for that. They are calling the Charger America's only 4-door muscle car, and Dodge is becoming more and more performance focused, so that's why they're trying to separate the Charger from the 300. Also, I apologize that pictures might be limited in this video. There's lots of 2019 Hellcat ones released, but not much else for the rest of the lineup, so I'm just trying to use whatever I could find or make. So as I said, first up is the 2019 Dodge Charger Hellcat. It got beefed up a bit, but nothing like the Challenger Hellcat. The power numbers stay exactly the same as the 2015 to 2018 Hellcats, with 707 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque, coming from the supercharged 6.2-liter V8. Every Hellcat will also come with an 8-speed automatic transmission, and actually so will every Charger. Now this is still crazy power, but it is disheartening for die-hard Charger fans to see the Challenger get the 797 horsepower red-eye model, and the normal Hellcat still got a bump of 10 horsepower up to 717, and 6 pound-feet of torque to 656. The Charger Hellcat got none of that. So right off the bat we can see that the Charger looks a little bit different than before, but it's a very small facelift, most noticeable with the new performance grille with the dual air intakes, one on either side, to let more air into the engine bay. There's also a more prominent hood intake as well, and other than that there's pretty much the same hood and body style. Other visual options include a satin black hood and the option of forged 20-inch brass monkey gold wheels. Judging by the pictures, it looks like the standard wheels are still the 5-spoke, lightweight black SRT wheels from 2018. Inside there's going to be a new instrument panel badge, and there's also a micro suede package where you can get pieces of the interior wrapped in micro suede. There really isn't much else looks-wise that's changed on this Charger. It still looks awesome, but again, Charger fans are wondering why Dodge is putting all their attention on the Challenger and not the Charger. The Charger Hellcat does get some nice performance features that have trickled down from the Demon. For drag racing there's launch assist and line lock. So launch assist helps avoid wheel hop and maximize grip, while line lock keeps the Charger in place with the front brakes, while letting the rear tires rip a burnout. The Charger also gets after run chiller, which continues to cool the supercharger and intercooler after you shut the engine off, and this helps to get everything back to normal temperatures, and it means you'll still get some cold air when you turn the engine back on after it's been off for a while. This Hellcat also gets the torque reserve feature. By changing the flow of fuel and spark advance, this pre-fills the supercharger with some boost, generating some torque that is delivered when you're accelerating from a standing stop. All of these features are very cool, taken from the Demon again, but they don't really add any power on paper, but of course they will help improve the performance when used at the right time. And as I said earlier, every other Charger also comes with the 8-speed automatic transmission as the only option once again. Looking at the other models that were announced, we have the SXT at the bottom, then the GT, RT Scat Pack, and of course the Hellcat, which we've already been over at the top. And other models from last year like the SRT 392 and the Daytonas were not mentioned anywhere, so I have no reason to believe that they're going to be coming back, also because the Scat Pack is the only model this year with the 392 Hemi engine. Could that open the door for something like a 426 Hemi? We'll have to wait and find out, but that's all the models we have for now. Also new is that the SRT is Hellcat only, so of course there's going to be no SRT 392 or any other SRT models. They will still have the old unchanged 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 engine. In the SXT model that makes 292 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque, exact same as the past 8 years. But there are more standard options added this time around. The SXT now includes remote start and cruise control as standard, along with new 19-inch wheels. As for extra options, you can pimp out your SXT with houndstooth sports seats, caramel Napa leather, the black top package, and cold weather package, which adds a heated steering wheel and seats, all for an extra cost of course. Also, the SXT model has optional all-wheel drive, while the GT model gets the rear-wheel drive, which is the total opposite from last year. So basically the SXT is the only model where you can get that all-wheel drive. And all-wheel drive models do have 300 horsepower and 264 pound-feet of torque, a bit more than rear-wheel drive. Moving up to the next model, we have the GT. Like I said, the GT is no longer the all-wheel drive model and is rear-wheel drive only, but it does have a bump in horsepower, up 8 horsepower to 300, and up 4 pound-feet of torque to 264. So basically now the GT is being sold as the Performance V6 model. It gets performance suspension, paddle shifters, enhanced steering, different interior trim, 8.4-inch Uconnect touchscreen with performance pages, and a 3.07 rear axle. So there are lots of performance goodies on this GT. Dodge also says that the GT is getting new performance looks, with a hood, fascia, side sills, spoiler, and seats. So I'm really not sure what the performance looks means, since there are no pictures of the 2019 V6s yet, but judging by that description, I would guess it means that they're including the Super Track Pack from last year as standard, so it's basically going to be the SRT appearance package. That's just my opinion. Also, you get either 20-inch satin carbon or black noise wheels. And also interesting to note is that the GT is the exact same as the RT in every single way, other than the engine and the axle ratio. The RT is the first V8 model, and again, it's the exact same as the GT in just about every way, right down to the seats, except for the fact that you do get the 5.7-liter V8 Hemi under the hood instead of the V6, and a 2.62 axle ratio instead of a 3.07. It will also have the same performance looks, appearance, whatever you want to call it, as the GT does. So I've shown on screen the RT with the Super Track package in 2018, so again I think it will be something very similar for both the GT and the RT. And the 5.7 still makes 370 horsepower and 395 pound-feet of torque. That's unchanged. Not sure if people will be happy that the GT and RT are almost identical with no other distinction other than performance, but it sure is good for the GT buyers. Maybe not so much for the RT ones though. Ahead of the RT is the RT Scat Pack, which sits right below the Hellcat. Again, this is the only place in the Charger lineup where you'll find the 392 Hemi engine. That's still the same 6.4-liter V8 Hemi with 485 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque. You do get some Hellcat features standard in the Scat Pack, like launch assist and line lock. It also has the same dual inlet grille as the Hellcat. Instead of RT badges though, you will find the Scat Pack B logo at the back, and also ingrained in the seats. Houndstooth performance seats are standard, and you can pay extra cash for options like dual carbon racing stripes, a satin black hood, and Bilstein 3-mode adaptive damping suspension. Now that we've looked at all the models, let's move on to the colors offered on these Chargers. So for 2019, you can get 12 different colors on any Charger you purchase, as you can see on screen, plus there's one new 13th color. So we have B5 Blue, F8 Green, Go Mango, Granite Crystal, Indigo Blue, Maximum Steel, Octane Red, Pitch Black, Plum Crazy, Toured, White Knuckle, and Destroyer Gray. And the new color offering is going to be Triple Nickel, so I'm not sure what that one looks like yet. Last year there were 14 colors, but 2 are gone, Billet Silver and Yellow Jacket. So that's all the information I have for you guys right now on the 2019 Dodge Charger lineup. It looks like there are some improvements, but overall not too much change. You can start ordering these 2019s by the end of June, so that's basically right now, and they will be ready to hit the streets around September or October. There's also no pricing announced just yet, unfortunately. So I'll try to summarize everything really quickly. We have the 3.6-liter V6s, SXT is the base model where you can get the all-wheel drive, and the GT is the Performance V6 model with a bump in horsepower, appearance package, and performance features like better suspension, seats, paddle shifters, and performance pages. The RT is the exact same as the GT, but you get a different rear axle ratio and the 5.7-liter V8. The Scat Pack is the only model to have the 6.4-liter V8 under the hood, and this gets many Hellcat features and also the same look as the Hellcat, just with Scat Pack B badging instead. And finally, we have the only SRT model, the Hellcat, with the same power numbers as before, slight visual changes, and lots of cool demon performance features. So that's the end of the video, guys. If you made it this far, thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe for all your Mopar needs, and I'll see you next time.